The deepest wound wasn't the affair. It was fearing she'd failed her own family. Strangers by Belle Burden. Audiobook summary and review by StoryShots. A woman with Vanderbilt money still nearly lost everything over a mortgage. That contradiction sits at the center of Strangers, a memoir of marriage by Belle Burden. The story of a 20-year marriage that ended in one overnight phone call and the financial reckoning that followed. The marriage you think you understand is running on guesswork. Most people assume a long marriage means both partners share the same understanding of their life together. For 2 decades, that assumption held one family together without a single conversation confirming it. These are silent agreements, unspoken deals about money, parenting, and loyalty that nobody ever signs. Then, one morning in March 2020, a husband packed a bag and asked for a divorce before breakfast. You have probably built your own relationships on assumptions nobody said out loud, and you will not learn they were wrong until someone stops honoring them. Marriages are not held together by love alone. They run on agreements nobody signed. Silent agreements work perfectly until one person breaks the contract without telling the other side it existed. The prenup was supposed to protect her. It almost cost her everything. A prenuptial agreement kept 2 properties separate from marital assets, on paper. But adding a husband's name to both deeds, out of a belief that marriage meant sharing everything, handed him a 50% claim on both homes the moment the marriage ended. Legal protection means nothing if you quietly hand away the thing it was built to defend. The threat of losing both houses, homes built by grandparents and a father, became the real crisis. If a prenup can be undone by a single, loving gesture, what actually protects you in a marriage? You can build every legal safeguard money can buy and still lose it to your own definition of love. But knowing the danger means nothing until you understand what finally stopped the bleeding. The real betrayal wasn't the affair. The line that stops readers cold? Losing the houses felt like betraying the very people who had built that financial security in the first place. The deepest wound was not romantic betrayal. It was fear of failing the family that trusted her with their legacy. That reframes the entire crisis. The emotional low point of the story is not the discovery of an affair. It arrives weeks later, after a judge dismisses a legal counterclaim, when losing everything her family built suddenly feels possible. The trail does not always come from the person who left. Sometimes it comes from what you risk losing after they do. If you know someone rebuilding life after a marriage ended without warning, this is worth handing them. Final summary. This summary of Strangers traces one thread. Silent agreements built a marriage on guesswork. A broken prenup nearly cost Belle Burden her homes, and the deepest wound turned out to be fear of failing her family's legacy. Untold here. How she rebuilt her identity after months of collapse. The moment she legally reclaimed her maiden name, and why she made her soon-to-be ex-husband a sandwich the day they told their kids. If you have ever wondered what it takes to renegotiate your own worth after a partner disappears, this book has the answer. We're building the full summary of Strangers right now, complete with an infographic and animated video. Follow it in the StoryShots app to get it the moment it drops.